Welcome back, everybody. We're here to draw cards for July 4th for every sign. So this is a good quick way for you to check your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign. If you're interested in love or money, check your Venus sign. If you're interested in what's expanding in your life, you want to check your Jupiter sign. If you're interested in what you're being disciplined in, you want to check your Saturn sign. So all kinds of facets of your life can actually show up in a quick little read like this. Let's get started. We have Aries first. And so Aries, what we have showing up here is the Seven of Air. This is just telling me that there's something going on where you are trying to do something that you know that other people aren't exactly thrilled about. And so you may be trying to sort of do this on the down low. You may be trying to be uber tactful, maybe even more than tactful. You may be even trying to kind of sneak and do this. I had this card come up for Our Lady the other day, and this was talking about that she had snuck out of an event without saying goodbye to everybody because she just couldn't take it to be around all those people anymore. So this is something along those lines, something where you're basically sneaking your way out of a situation because you just don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, basically, is what this feels like to me. All right, so next up, let's look at Taurus. So Taurus, what you have showing up is the Hanged Man in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse is just telling me that there's been a situation that's been on your mind that you really didn't know what to do with or how to move forward in that situation. And you've taken the time to really think things over and allow yourself to work through that. And so now you've got a good solution to this situation, a solution that you know will work, that makes you happy as you move forward. So good for you, taking action, moving forward after stagnation. Gemini, this is your card. We've got the star card showing up. Interesting. I don't do a lot of association with different signs with the tarot, but some of the major arcana every once in a while will pop in as that. So what I was hearing as I put this card down and looked at it is Aquarius. So the star card does symbolize Aquarius. I feel, Gemini, like you may be interacting with an Aquarius today. And so I want to feel in a little bit more about what that might have to do with. I think that, Geminis, I think you have an Aquarius around you who really has a lot of things that they're holding on to that they're not sharing with the world. So kind of keeping some secrets. I feel like they're not, keeping secrets that would harm somebody else as much as they're just not letting the world know how they really feel or how they're really doing. So I would say, Geminis, that this person that has Aquarius strongly in their chart, if you know who this is, they may need a little bit of TLC today because they're just not letting everybody know um, what basically what is hurting them or what is bothering them. Okay, so that's for Geminis. Cancer. Cancers, we have the moon showing up in reverse. This is just telling me that you have a situation in your life that you know is fishy. And I think you've known it's fishy for at least a little while, if not for a long while, but you haven't been able to exactly figure out what it is that is not right about the information you've been given around this situation. When the moon card shows up like this in reverse, this is telling me that the truth is coming to the surface. So now that that truth is coming to the surface, now you're going to know what the real deal is, and all the puzzle pieces are going to fit. You're going to know exactly what's going on in this situation after this truth comes out, Cancers. Next up, let's look at Leo. Leos, you guys have the Eight of Waters showing up in reverse. Eight of Water in reverse just means that you're walking back into a situation that you had left before. And the reason you left it before was because it was making you feel depleted, like you were giving a lot more energy to that situation than what was being given back to you in return. So I'm hoping, Leos, that this time when you walk back, that, things work out a little bit better, that this will be more reciprocal for you. I'm sure that's what you're hoping too. Next up, we have Virgo. Okay, so Virgos, you guys have the Messenger of Earth showing up in reverse. Messenger of Earth in reverse is just telling me that you're going to be hearing some kind of news today about money or about material goods that is not something that you really want to hear. This is not what we would consider good news. I've had this kind of card show up for a lady whose son dropped his phone in the toilet accidentally, and so she had to replace his phone. You know, that type of thing. Unpredictable, unexpected news about money that is not so hot. All right? Well, looks like Libra wants to talk. Libras, what you have coming up here is the Patience card in reverse. This just basically says exactly what you would think it would say, that there's something going on today that you're feeling pretty impatient about. And I think you feel like, you know, it's not even really fair that you should have to wait for whatever this is that you're waiting for, Libras. Isn't that interesting? And the fact that this card just like kind of fell off the top of the deck tells me that, you know, that was that sign of impatience there. It couldn't wait its own turn. Isn't that interesting? Scorpio's up next. We have the Temptation card. Okay, so temptation. And in the other deck, this would basically be the Devil card. So this talks about the idea of being tempted into an addiction or being tempted to fear something. So there's something going on here where we really are facing something that could be an obsession or an addiction or a fear, and we're really having to look it in the eye today. So obviously, with a little bit of a heads up, let's make a backup plan about what we're going to do to get around that so that we can move forward without letting that throw us off track. Okay? So what's up next is for Sagittarius, and Sagittarius, what you have showing up is the Four of Air. Now the Four of Air is a card that just talks about the idea of taking a break from something, that there's something going on that you're feeling like, you know, I can't handle this right now. I need to turn it on the back burner and leave it there for a while. So that's what we see you doing here. Next up, we're going to take a peek at Capricorn. And so Capricorn's what we have showing up for you is the Page of Water. This just means somebody is going to be letting you know exactly how much they care for you or exactly how they feel about you. This is really a sweet card. Sometimes this person is a young person too, a little person. Okay, next up we're going to look at Aquarius. And Aquarius, you guys have the Queen of Water showing up in reverse. Spirit is saying to me that you have pissed somebody off. This could be a water sign, but it doesn't really have to be somebody with water strong in their chart. For me, this really, when she comes in reverse, this talks a lot more about what's happening than it does the actual sign of the person. And so with the Queen of Water in reverse, what you've got is there's somebody who feels like they've been putting up with a whole heck of a lot from you, and they have had it past their eyeballs. And there's something that has happened that has really just sent them over the edge. And so this is kind of an explosive emotional outburst that you're going to be witnessing during the day. And I gotta say, Aquarius, normally I just see you guys witnessing this like from the sidelines, but I hate to say it, but I think the emotional outburst is going to be directed at you. I think they're fed up with something having to do with you, Aquarius. I'm sorry to say. Let's look at Pisces next. Pisces, what you have is the World showing up in reverse. And the World in reverse is just a card that talks about completing something. But because it's in reverse, you're not quite there yet. So you may be right on the verge of completing some kind of cycle or some kind of task or meeting some kind of goal. But you're just, with this, there's obstacles, there's slowdowns, there's something that's keeping you from getting there. Now, the other way that this comes in, Pisces, and I think about half of you are going to get it this way, is realizing that something that you thought was ideal, you thought you wanted, you thought it was a goal or a target, now you're realizing, no, not really. It's close to what I want, but it's no cigar, not worth the cigar there. Okay, so a couple of different ways that could be manifesting in your life, Pisces. You'll recognize it when it comes in, whichever way it comes in for each one of you. Okay. So thank you everybody very much for spending some time with me here. Remember, we are pumping this channel up to 7 million subscribers, so if you haven't already, of course, please subscribe, like, share, comment, do everything you can because we're getting there, baby. Thank you very much. You all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.